Listen to this. A $2,300 lens for $2,000. $2,200 lens for $1,900. A $3,800 camera for $3,400 and a $1,500 camera for $1,000. Let me explain how the heck this even works. What we're talking about today is the Canon refurbished gear. This is technically used gear, yes, but they're either floor models or they are used models that have been revamped to become new again. They go through the same exact testing process as a new lens would. Now I know you might be sitting there and saying, I don't want to buy used gear, I don't want refurbished pre-owned, because if I'm going to spend a lot of money, why don't I just not cut the corner and get the new lens? There's a few reasons why I actually trust this. Reason number one, it's coming directly from Canon. Canon has nothing to do with this video, not sponsored, period. But I just trust the fact that the brand selling the new lens is also the one selling the refurbished lens, so they're not gonna damper their name. Reason number two, all of this gear goes through the same testing process as a brand new piece of gear. From Canon, their engineers, whoever it is, rigorously testing this gear so that it compares to new, and then you can put the title of refurbished on it and not used. Reason number three is because you can still get the Canon insurance on it if you want. I personally don't usually go in that direction. I have gear insurance for anything that happens, but they also have a 90-day warranty on this gear. So you can return it. You can send it back if you don't like it, if there's a little something that's finicky about it. So you still get that promise from the brand, but you're saving at least a few $100s. It's the same reason I get my repairs done by Canon and not some random mom and pop camera shop. They're gonna use the right parts. The people who are repairing your lens are the ones that made the lens in the first place. And whenever you send it straight to the supplier, you don't have to worry about any little corners that are cut. It's straight from the manufacturer. Now let's talk price differences, which you already heard a little bit about. I'm just gonna read down a list of what I found whenever I was comparing Canon prices. I'm not looking at you, I know, but trust me, I have something I'm looking at here. The RF 50mm 1.2, typically it's $2,299 new. The refurbished is gonna be $2,069, so you're saving almost $300. The EF 16-35 f2.8 Mark III. Brand new, it's $2,199. Refurbished, it's $1,979. The EF 2x converter Mark III. This is for my sports people out there because I know this is a great middle ground to go if you have a 70-200 and you want that to be closer to a 400. That converter new is $429, refurbished $339. The RF 85mm 1.2 is $2,799 brand new, and get this, refurbished it's $2,199. It's a lot of savings. The more attainable option, if you don't want to spend $3,000, is the RF 85mm f2. This is more of a kit style lens, still a great lens that I know people use and they really like it. Things that'll lack are like autofocus, maybe a little bit. People will say sharpness, but I don't buy into the whole sharpness thing. Brand new, it's $600. Refurbished, $400. They also have camera bodies, but the selection isn't as great. These things come and go. We'll talk about why later, but the R5c brand new is $3,799. Refurbished, it's $3,399. Once again, $400 of savings. The last example is the Canon R8, which I'm considering buying as a B cam. I don't know if I'm going to, but it seems like a great camera and it seems very cheap for what it is. Brand new, this camera is gonna cost you $1,500, but if you buy it refurbished, it'll be $999. $500 of savings. The prices are all great. Yes, and some of the savings are better than others, really depending on how expensive the item is. But I actually bought my first EF lens off of the Canon Refurbished site. I bought myself a 16-35 Mark II, and it's an f2.8, and I still use that lens to this day. That lens has been in my bag for almost 6 years now, and I still love it. Maybe I'll upgrade to an RF lens soon, but I always go to the refurbished part of the site before buying any gear. The stock in the refurbished part of the website is going to be very inconsistent. For example, Canon just came out with a 24-105 f2.8. That lens looks awesome, but they're not going to have it on the refurbished part of the site right away. Usually takes 6 months to a year for a piece of gear to end up on the refurbished portion. You got to think about it. People have to be using that, stores have to have it on display, and then it comes in, gets repaired, and then it's on the refurbished part of the site. Brand new lenses being refurbished just doesn't make any sense. With that being said, there's usually not super large quantities in stock. It's very inconsistent where one day they'll have 5, next day they'll sell all 5, so then you have to wait a few weeks and just really keep refreshing and maybe have the Canon website notify you whenever something is back in stock. Now I understand that they're not insane savings all the time. And I totally agree if you're in the boat of saying, oh, I'll just buy a new lens because I don't want to save money on something that's an investment. Okay, you're not wrong. But for the average person out there, to me, saving $400 or $500 is worth it. When it's coming straight from the supplier, I'm gonna trust them. Maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm a little too confident, but I'm still using my refurbished lens 6 years later, and that tells me everything I need to know. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.